Good evening and welcome into 13 News at 10. I'm Melissa Brunner. Ralph Hipp is off tonight. 3 months after two Topeka police officers shot and killed a man, the Shawnee County District Attorney announced today they will not face criminal charges. This all started September 28th. That is the day officers were called here to reports of gunshots near Ripley Park. They encountered Dominic White. There was a struggle and White was killed. The same day, Topeka police announced they asked Lawrence police to conduct the investigation into the incident. As the days stretched into weeks, November 2nd, White's family began what would become a series of demonstrations outside the law enforcement center, asking for answers and demanding the release of police body cam footage that authorities said the law prevented them from releasing while the investigation was ongoing. November 29th, nearly a month ago now, Lawrence police turned over their reports to DA Mike Kagay to consider criminal charges. And 2 weeks ago, White's father Kelly was allowed to view the body cam footage as the court-approved executor of his son's estate. He has not commented publicly on what he saw, but today that video was released publicly as Kagay explained why what it shows, in his view, does not support criminal charges. 13 Sean Wheat begins our team coverage tonight. He has covered this case since the beginning. We do caution you that you might find this video disturbing. Sean, thank you. And what about the call that brought police to Ripley Park in the first place? Kagay shed a bit more light on that today as well. 13's Juan Cisneros continues our team coverage from the newsroom with that update. Juan.
Criminal action.
Juan Cisneros in the newsroom with that part of the story tonight. Juan, thanks for the update. And today's decision against criminal charges does not necessarily end the inquiries into this incident. The Topeka Police Department has its own internal administrative review already underway. City spokesperson Molly Hadfield told 13 News the city will follow procedures by not releasing the officers' names until it is complete. She did say the officers will remain on leave until this administrative investigation also is complete. And there also is the potential for civil action. The New York City law firm Beldock, Levine and Hoffman is representing White's family. Among cases cited on their website is a nearly $6 million wrongful death settlement with New York City for the death of a man who died when officers there placed him in a chokehold. The White's attorney did not respond to our emails asking about the possibility of a similar lawsuit in Topeka. Much more on this story and more video is on WIBW.com. Another big story capturing our attention today, this frigid cold temperature out there, dangerously low temperatures tonight, and Jeremy Goodwin is in the Weather Center with a look at how long they will last. Jeremy? Thank you, Jeremy. With those temps bottoming out below zero today, the Topeka Rescue Mission is seeing some record numbers coming in to seek warmth. 13's Erica Hall tells us how the mission is working to re-implement its efforts to help those who aren't coming inside. Topeka police say a store clerk fought off a would-be robber with a bat tonight. He is still on the run, and here's his picture. TPD says he walked into the U Market in the 900 block of 21st Street just after 6:30 tonight, threatened the clerk with a pocket knife and demanded money. The clerk, though, grabbed the bat and hit him once. The suspect then ran off, last seen in the 200 block of Southeast Virginia. The suspect was described as a white man, 5'10", wearing a red hat, black face mask, gray hoodie, purple latex gloves, blue jeans, and black shoes. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 234-0007. The Kansas State Fire Marshal's office says a person killed in yesterday's Pottawatomie County house fire died from the toxic gases of the fire. The person's body was found inside the house in the 3700 block of Stewart Farm Road. Authorities are awaiting an autopsy to make a positive identification. 4 other people in the home got out safely. Investigators say the fire started in the basement. The cause is undetermined, but they say it most likely stemmed from a failure of several electronic components. The man charged in a drive-by shooting that killed a 5-year-old girl will appear in court next week. 21-year-old Jesse Hughes is charged with first-degree murder in the death of Lily Coates Nichols. Hughes also faces a felony count of shooting at an occupied vehicle. Hughes was arrested last Tuesday. He'll be in court next Thursday. It was July 2015 when Lily was hit by a bullet as she sat in the back seat of her mother's car on her way to her father's house in the High Crest neighborhood. The bullet struck Lily in the head. She died 3 days later. A March 2nd sentencing is set for a man convicted of child sex crimes. 24-year-old Braden Voss pleaded guilty to 2 counts of criminal sodomy with a child under 14 and 1 count of electronic solicitation of a child. Voss originally faced a dozen criminal counts from actions prosecutors say took place from September 1st, 2016 through April 14th of 2017. Voss is among 5 suspects indicted on similar charges, accusing them of sex crimes and human trafficking involving the same minor child. Topeka is turning heads for its bike-friendly efforts. Hear who's taking notice. Plus, find out where the four-wheel transportation might run into a roadblock the next couple weeks. That's all coming up later tonight. But first, we take a look at our Wednesday's Children of the Year, still waiting for forever families.
Instructor.
The plane went down around 8:30 last night in a field at Billard Airport. If you're not familiar with the area, Billard is situated just west of the K4 Oakland Expressway, south of Highway 24. It was the north end of the airport where the plane went down.
Now, the Kansas Highway Patrol's first. When the plane went down at 8:30 last night, only one call went to 911 dispatchers, and that call came in from the National Weather Service office at Billard Airport.
13 Sean Wheat is live back at Billard tonight with what they heard and also an update on the investigation. Sean?
Officials exactly where it's been moved.
All right, Sean Wheat with the update live at Billard tonight. Family, friends, patients, and colleagues are all remembering Dr. William Leeds today as someone who made everyone feel like family and whose care for his patients knew no limits.
He was an amazing man. Each and every one of us feels like we are his family, and he made you feel that way.
Looking back in our archives today, Biggs said they are working with physicians to make arrangements for patients. They hope to know some more details to pass along within the next few days. Now, the airplane was owned by James Guglielmino. He's a veterinarian in Mission, Kansas. He declined to speak on camera today, but these photos are photos of the plane that he shared with KCTV. He told them that he has known both Dr. Bill Leeds and James Kevin Bergman for several years. He estimated Bergman had about 100 hours in the plane, while Leeds had 50 to 60 hours and was actually set to take his twin-engine rating test tomorrow. Guglielmino says he kept the plane in Topeka because it was nice and hangar space was inexpensive. He believes they were flying out of Topeka last night. He added that he had just seen Dr. Leeds Sunday in Lawrence. Again, federal investigators are in Topeka. They have removed the plane from the crash site. We will be following the investigation and bring you any updated information as it's available. Ralph? That 4 minutes from totality in Northeast Kansas represents kind of a central point, and we are entering totality at this moment in Marysville, Kansas. Also, our sister station in Colorado Springs has a good image for us. If we can take a look at that, and also we will let you know that in Topeka, this is Colorado Springs that you're looking at right here, and in Northeast Kansas, we are about to enter totality for those of you who are in the path. It is noticeably darker in Topeka, Kansas, and even though a dark cloud just moved through, do urge you to keep your eyes peeled because every once in a while, that partially obscured sun and moon make an appearance. Hiawatha, you are entering totality right now, and we want to go live to Hiawatha and give you a look at the scene where darkness is arriving. Again, those clouds out there, so we are a little bit obscured. You can hear the crowd in Hiawatha, and you can see how dark it is in Hiawatha at this moment as they have entered in Hiawatha their time of totality. Hiawatha is seeing about 2 minutes and 34 seconds of darkness in Hiawatha. 2 minutes and 34 seconds of darkness in Hiawatha. And look at that, the campsites. Wow. Just like that, if you notice, folks, how much darker it got in just that moment that Hiawatha got into totality. The moment when the moon is completely blocking the sun from view in Hiawatha, Kansas. The clouds not exactly cooperating today, but you can still appreciate the darkness that they're seeing in Hiawatha. You can see some of the lights that have turned on around that area. And the crowd in Hiawatha cheering as they experience totality. Even on a cloudy day, you can appreciate the noticeable difference.
Keon.
Right behind Hiawatha in the path of totality is Horton, Kansas. We want to go and show you Horton.
Okay.
It is raining in Horton. You can see some raindrops falling, but you can also see how it has gotten darker. The only illumination you see, they are in totality. So the reason, folks, that they are able to look up without the eye protection is because they are in totality at this moment in Horton, Kansas. You can see some of the automatic lights have turned on. You can see that the only illumination of the crowd is from our camera light right now. And Horton, Kansas is enjoying their time in totality. Horton has about 2 minutes and 11 seconds in the path of totality. Again, a lot of people are a little disappointed that Mother Nature had some clouds on the situation today. So they're not necessarily getting that unobstructed, beautiful view of totality that they wanted in the sun's corona, but you can still appreciate what happened with this total eclipse. It got completely dark in both Hiawatha and Horton. Again, in Topeka, we are in our 99% maximum right now. Every once in a while, you can catch a glimpse, and you can tell that it has gotten a lot darker. There's Mike Ford, who arranged things in Horton today. You can tell it's gotten a lot darker in Topeka as we have the 99% maximum obscuration at this moment. You can see right now just a tiny sliver of sunlight shining through. Washburn University is where we have a crew as well. They're at Washburn University, Yeager Stadium, Moore Bowl. They have been watching this event as well. I'm searching for my glasses because here we do need the eye protection in Northeast Kansas because we are not in the path of totality, but I have a feeling the clouds are going in and out. There's a little sliver right now that you can see. And that's kind of how it's been in the path of totality in Topeka today. I don't know if you have a shot of the crowd that's gathered at Washburn Yeager Stadium, Moore Bowl, to get a look at things right now. They're kind of looking at the clouds and looking at the rain and kind of hoping for the best. But you can see it's been dim, and obviously you can tell it's already gotten actually a little bit lighter in Northeast Kansas already. That's how quickly we passed through our 99-point-something% obscuration that we had in Northeast Kansas. So everybody there, they were hoping for a good show, but with all those clouds, at least they had a good time, right? This is all about togetherness, and you can we're on the scoreboard there at Yeager Stadium, so I'm not sure if the Washburn students want to give a good cheer and let us know that they see us there. But again, be patient, folks, because we remain in the partial eclipse here for another hour or so around Northeast Kansas. So, be patient. You can still, as we've been watching here outside for the past hour, our whole staff is outside watching us right now. We're watching the sky. But we have another hour of the partial eclipse left, and so it's going to continue to pass through. And so if you kind of keep an eye to the sky, and if you see the sun returning here over the next several minutes, come outside with your glasses. Again, look down, put them on, and then look up and find where that partial eclipse is occurring, because it still is an impressive sight. We want to let you see the rest of the path of totality through the United States right now. Okay, we are going to be continuing to cover the rest of the path of totality through the United States with CBS. St. Joe, Missouri was scheduled to have 2 minutes and 38 seconds. However, they've had a rain shower in St. Joe, Missouri. Hiawatha is coming out of its period of totality right now. Let's get another look at the scene in Hiawatha for you today. Wow. They just came out of totality, and here's where we're going to get that glare. Isn't that beautiful? That is what the folks in Hiawatha are seeing. So thank you, Mother Nature, for letting the clouds clear a bit so that we can experience almost 100% obscuration in Hiawatha as they come out of their time of totality. You can hear the crowd there appreciates this about as much as the total darkness. I mentioned my youngest sister from Maryland traveled to St. Joe. She told me they got a little bit of a hole in that rain shower to experience 2 seconds in darkness in St. Joe. But this that you're looking at right here is in Hiawatha.
Where are we at, Keon?
Oh wow.
There we go.
And there went the cloud.
Clouds
and there goes the cloud.
Clouds are taking it. Clouds took it. Clouds took it.
So we are experiencing in and out of clouds. That was our photojournalist Eric Ives, who was there with Daniela Leon in Hiawatha, and that was still amazing to be able to see that. And so, it perhaps wasn't the great, huge corona unobscured view that a lot of people around Northeast Kansas were hoping for, but we did get a bit of a show from the sun today. And of course, somebody reminding us who's still in charge, right? You can't control the weather. We are just here to experience what is given to us. And so we've been able to at least enjoy a little bit of a view of an almost total eclipse.